There we go. Thank you, Sagar Bhau.
सागर भाऊंनी आज कमाल काम केलेलं आहे.
बास
सगळ्यांनी
धन्यवाद.
धन्यवाद. हर माना. सागर भाऊ तुम्ही काम आमच्या आठवणीत असता.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Sagar. That was
माईक सेटिंग
that was the best. So
actually, man Sagar.
That's actually a good thing because whatever we were talking about shouldn't have been there on a live stream.
Yeah. That's that.
Not on, especially since we are also streaming to a specific platform.
Yeah.
All right, so welcome back to the Objective stream. Hello, David. How are you doing? Thank you for joining in.
David's here. My man David from Germany.
How's it going?
Hello.
Alright, so a quick few disclaimers. Only one today actually. We have potty mouths. We may say things that may not be suitable for some people, or if you're around kids, if that is the case, either plug in earphones or turn off the stream. With that out of the way, I just want to mention that we are not going to be drinking any alcoholic beverages today because we have another show to be at after this one. If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So he's going to be drinking Red Bull and get amped up for the next show. I'm going to be drinking water. Right,
I mean, there could be anything in that.
No, but there's water, unfortunately.
I mean, it's like, would you really believe people on the internet, guys? Like, do you really believe this guy when he says he's drinking water? Like, come on, how naive are you?
Alright, so with that disappointment out of the way,
we have our first
excellent little topic.
Yes.
EVGA.
Motherboard.
EVGA. Out of all companies. I mean, I would expect this only from EVGA. They have announced that all their upcoming motherboards are going to ship with USB drives with a manual and drivers, etc. instead of DVD-ROMs. And this is a fantastic move, in my opinion. These are going to be read-only drives.
Yeah. Thank you for clearing that out.
Yes, these are going to be read-only drives that only contain drivers and the manual, etc. You will not be able to write anything on them by clearing the data that is there and so on. They're going to be read-only. But the fact is that not many people still have DVD drives. People who make new computers, people from EVGA's website or ASUS's website or MSI's website or whatever the case is. Right. But to have the convenience of being able to quickly get up and running.
Yeah.
You know, say maybe you're at a location where internet is not up yet.
Yeah.
Maybe you moved into a new place. Yeah. You're building a new computer for that place. You moved into a new office. Scenario. That is when this becomes very useful. And I hope all the other top gun manufacturers, ASUS, MSI, who else is there? I think ASUS, MSI and EVGA. So these guys really should follow the same thing and, start supplying DVDs with the drivers.
Right.
It would save me a lot of headache when I'm configuring, RAID servers and stuff off location.
Yeah, and
because sometimes clients just want the whole assembly to happen at their location.
Right.
Sometimes it's actually preferable to do so because, they have the whole clean rooms and everything.
Right.
So it makes it really worthwhile to go there in the clean room and, assemble all the drives and everything inside that clean room.
Also, I think worth mentioning is that this decision is also probably influenced by economics, that USB drives are now cheaper than...
Or rather cheap enough to replace the DVD drive. And the process of making the DVD drives.
Are they cheaper? No, they're not cheaper than a DVD. Or are they? Is a USB drive cheaper than a DVD?
The whole thing is just going to be like 300, 400 megabytes.
Yeah, exactly. So
you're wasting half the potential of the DVD.
True, but if I wanted to, from a purely price point of view, does this make sense?
It probably does make sense for EVGA.
Right.
Probably does make sense for EVGA because that's why they are doing it. And believe me, their motherboards are some of the best motherboards I have had the pleasure of working on. Nothing comes close to their GPUs. Nothing.
That's interesting.
A tip for
I know
the one particular project we are working on.
Yeah.
But we don't have warranty centers and support centers in India, which is a big pain.
Yeah, that's kind of a deal breaker when you're investing so much.
Yeah. Especially for for like smaller motherboards, your X299, X470, not X299, sorry, X270, X470,
Right.
H270 and 470 and so on. It's fine, right? But when
Yeah, but if
you're
you're taking
getting
an expensive
workstation grade motherboards,
Chinmay Thosar is in the house.
Chinmay Thosar is in the
I'm
house.
sorry to interrupt you, but
No,
yeah.
that's worth interrupting
Yeah,
for.
yeah.
All right, so that is my point of view on the whole situation. I think it's a great move, and I think we can move on to the next topic.
The next topic is pretty interesting, and it's about watch. So there's a new OS in town called Asteroid OS.
Yep.
Which is, so they are releasing their first stable version 1.0.
Yes.
And it's open source by the looks of it. Freedom and privacy are the first features that they talk about.
Yes.
And one interesting thing is that you can dual boot your existing
Watch
OS.
to this.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it does not work with Apple Watch.
Yeah. So the only
So-
supported watches that are there in
Hmm.
this are some of the Android watches.
Right.
So you won't even get Pebble.
That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah. So this is like the Android watch ecosystem. So this is going to cannibalize that.
And I really hope it does.
Yeah, because it's pretty dead, right? I
Yeah.
don't remember anyone releasing a watch.
Yeah, not. I think the last one I know is the Samsung Gear ones.
Yeah.
I think they're pretty well invested into it.
Yeah, but like, do they really talk about it? Like, do they actually expect people to buy? Like, are they manufacturing at that level?
Okay, I'll be honest with you. The only person I know who owns one is my cousin. It's a pretty great device. I won't lie. It is a pretty good device. So, from a consumer point of view, he made a great decision.
Yeah.
However, I don't know anyone else who owns one.
Yeah. I mean, I know that there's a Pebble. So Pebble got bought by Fitbit, but
And nothing ever happened to it again.
no. But so there's another initiative that's happening in that area.
Okay.
It's pretty recent, I think, and they were collecting and like they were gauging interest. Tizen OS or Samsung? Rishabh's asking.
Tizen OS. Is Tizen OS still around?
I don't know. Was it there for watches?
Yeah. Tizen OS was there for watches.
Yeah,
So
I don't
he's
know.
right.
Yeah.
But I don't know whatever happened to it. I very fondly remember Tizen OS because. Yeah, you go ahead. You finish yours because I want to talk about this.
But none of the watches that are there on the list of supported hardware for Asteroid OS are Samsung. It's LG, Asus, and Sony.
Okay, so we got to get an Asus watch to test this out
Maybe, yeah.
because Asus makes good stuff. So you can't go wrong with that. Is LG there? Does LG make any watches?
Yeah. So the LG Watch R is a supported watch under Asteroid
Okay.
OS.
Because LG is another good consumer electronics company. So is Asus.
Yeah.
So I'm putting my bets on one of those two companies. So I think we'll do a coin flip and decide,
Which one are we getting?
which one we are getting and try this one. Samsung also had Wave phones.
What are Wave phones?
What the hell is that, dude?
What's a Wave phone? I have no idea what's a Wave phone.
Me neither.
I'm going to Google, but in the
Yeah.
meanwhile,
So while you Google that, I'm going to tell my Tizen OS story. So for those who don't know what Titanium is, it was a way to write JavaScript and have it compiled to iOS, Android, and I think Windows Phone apps as well simultaneously.
Native?
Now, yes. Okay. So they were all native bindings. These were not. This is in JavaScript running in iOS, and just move on till. First party support came from Appcelerator, the company behind Titanium. And we could just, once it's available, we could just refactor our code a little bit and use the first party one instead of our own one. Yeah. So it was really, really cool. And you can do this for iOS and Android and Windows phones, etc. So it was really cool. Then comes Tizen. And when Tizen first came out,
So Tizen is a Samsung.
It's
project.
a Samsung thing, right? They used to write it as capital T, small I, capital Z, E, N.
It's so annoying.
And that confused the heck out of me.
I hate it when Apple does it with iPhone and iPad.
No. It confused the heck out of me because anything titanium was always written as capital T, I, dot, whatever. So in a legit presentation on a stage in front of some roughly 200 all people, I literally wrote TI dot capital ZEN, and when everyone laughed, I'm wondering why everyone's laughing, because this is not even a funny slide. The joke was 2 slides ago. I'm sure the audience is not that slow,
Yeah.
right? And then I just look back at the screen like that, and I'm like,
Something
all
feels
right, I see what you're laughing at. Everybody got it. So everyone had a laugh at my expense. I'm fine with that. But then that was a very good memory. It just, I know, right?
I know, right? Yeah, I know, right.
We've
I think
had a
that's
Bada OS made by Samsung, if I remember correctly. Don't know why I know that.
Bada OS.
Why do you know that?
No. This is not the first time I've heard it, but I don't think the last time I heard it was in a beta.
Was it for their smaller feature phones? Is this for their smaller feature phones?
I think so. It was something. to
Bada
do with
OS is for their smaller feature phones, isn't it?
Yeah.
That is where Tizen, the whole thing came up from.
Man, the history of mobile OSs is just amazing.
Yeah.
So I think it was around the time when Android was not the predominant operating system when Bada OS was around. But then when they realized that boss apne se nahi hoga, they were like, let's close this.
Yeah, let's close it and let's go with Android.
Yeah.
No, so okay, interesting that you bring that up. Just when iOS 2 was released with the iPhone 3,
Yeah.
which is Android's first release. Okay? Which other OSs were around? I remember Symbian was. There were two flavors of Symbian, Symbian 6 and Symbian 9.
BlackBerry.
BlackBerry's OS was there. There was iOS. And what else was there? Was Windows Phone around? No. Windows Phone came 2 years later, right? After iOS?
I'm trying to think because they had those.
There's the HP one.
Because they had that Windows running on a phone.
Palm OS.
Yeah.
Palm OS.
Yeah.
So, those were the big 5 back then. Palm OS just faded out.
So many graveyards.
So many graveyards.
graveyards.
And that is what Android is built on.
Yeah. It's just sad.
Luckily, Android had a good base of Symbian 6 and 9.
Did it?
Symbian 6 and 9 is what started the whole theme, your phone revolution back then. Because I very well remember making themes for Symbian 6 and Symbian 9.
You do?
I used to make themes and I used to sell them. So
Nice.
like the Indian cost was like $5,
Right.
right? And the American cost was like 50 cents, right? And people used to buy that stuff. And like, most people, like most themes, what they used to do is, just slap some ugly wallpaper.
Right.
Because the wallpaper used to be built in the theme itself.
Right.
Right? So they used to just take some wallpaper, put it on it, grab a pack of free icons and use that. Okay? What I used to do is I used to make icons. They used to be really bad. They weren't the greatest of icons. They used to be really, really bad.
Right.
Like by today's standards. But it was something that was unique. It was something that, you couldn't go and download as a free icon pack.
Right.
Okay. So people used to love that shit. I didn't make a lot of money off it.
In the meanwhile, on the chat, David Sturmis has given us a name for.
I just got it.
Yeah, so
I
the
just
Wizard
got
of
it.
Oz.
I just got it.
So-
It took me a while to realize what he tried to
So
say.
it's the name of the special episode that we will have about operating
systems. Are we
And
having a
David,
special
you are not
episode?
going to get any royalty for this.
Yeah. Are we having a special episode?
Yeah, we should. I mean, it's
Alright.
like, because there are so many graveyards.
Oh yeah.
We should like.
We should totally talk about.
I
all
mean,
the
I don't
operating-
even mind doing like a wiki page somewhere about all the dead operating systems.
No, we should just go like as a timeline
Yeah.
from the very first operating system that ran on a smartphone.
On a phone.
On a smartphone.
On a phone.
On a phone.
Yeah.
Appear-
Because Symbian counts.
oh yeah, Symbian counts.
Yeah. And you can't call that a smartphone.
Symbian is the OG of all these OSs. It is the one that started
something
it
else,
all.
man.
And what was the Motorola one that ran on the OG Motorola phones?
I
It has a name.
I never actually had a Motorola phone.
It does have a name.
Like I know everyone owned a Razor, but I was not.
No, not that. The OG Motorola with a tiny screen which could just show a phone number. The tiny green dot matrix screen.
I don't think we can call that an OS.
No?
No.
Alright.
That's just application code at that point.
Okay. Yeah, fine. Alright. So,
Moving on.
that's established.
Yes.
Alright, moving on to the next topic. Apple is blocking the Telegram app update.
So we talked about this in one of the previous episodes
Yes.
where we said that Telegram is facing issues with Russia.
Yes.
And given the founder's history with Russia, that is bound to happen because
Yep.
it's not a really happy history. And so they had server issues where a lot of IPs were blocked.
IPs were blocked. Services were blocked.
Yeah, then they started hosting their servers on AWS and Google.
Yeah.
And then
Those got
Russia
blocked.
banned Amazon and Google, which is a stupid thing to do.
Yeah. So everything that was hosted on AWS and Google Compute Cloud Compute,
GCP.
whatever it is, those got blocked as well along with it because they just banned the entire IP address pools.
And now they are putting pressure on Telegram to give data about users through Apple because Apple is kind of, I don't know, like that's the next step. It's such an escalation that is happening
Of things, yes.
over the last 2-3 months.
Yes.
Probably
The
happening more and
meme,
more,
things
yeah.
escalated way too quickly, applies appropriately here.
Yeah. So I don't know what's going to happen. I want to believe in Apple, but I know Apple gives in to Toaster OS today, tomorrow, forever, override stock OS in everyone. Toaster OS. The chat is a whole different beast today.
It is.
The amount
It
of
is fun
that-
today.
the chat
But I'm
is
glad
fun.
people are having fun with these topics because if we just
because life is sad and
Yeah.
you should have fun somewhere.
somewhere. So this is a good and safe place to have fun.
Yes, please do.
Yeah.
Fridays.
Welcome to
9:30
the internet.
Yeah, Fridays 9:30 to 10:30. This is their happy place. Anil must be heartbroken with the Telegram situation. He loves that app. I love that app. I love Telegram. I make everyone use Telegram.
Surprisingly, I have never ever used Signal or
Hello.
Telegram. I have iMessage. I have never had the
I made
need
my
to.
family, like my parents, use Telegram before WhatsApp.
Okay.
Eventually, they gave in to WhatsApp because they're like,
Everyone's
yeah,
there.
because everyone's there, and like my sons are not the only two people that I want to talk to. Was my mom's argument. But now we are on Signal.
She's been doing that for 20 years.
Yeah. I don't get David's IP pain comment. IP pain.
Get it?
Yeah.
Get it?
Are you like literally Googling for IT puns right now?
IT puns, yeah, he probably is.
And if not, he's going to be on a high because he thought of them by himself.
By himself, yeah. He's going to be on a wicked high.
Yeah.
Alright,
Moving
so
on to the-
no, just one thing
Oh, okay.
I want to say about this whole thing is that Apple usually tends to get along with governments pretty well.
That is because they give in.
No, or sometimes they go with very strong arm tactics. But this is Russia. You know, one of the superpowers.
Hello.
So you can't pull either of that with the Russians.
And they have shown how far they will go.
They have clearly demonstrated that multiple times. So I get why Apple is doing this, but Apple did have an opportunity here
to take a stand. But it would have been...
would have been devastating, but it would have sent out a very, very clear signal through all the noise that is out there.
All I can think of is puns about Signal the app now. Because...
He actually got it.
Yeah.
I didn't think you'd get it, but you got it. I'm proud of you.
Moving on to the next topic, and it is about ARM.
Not this kind of an ARM.
Yeah, I mean, I was surprised. So there was this guy in my college. Let's just call him Ragnekar.
No, let's just call him John Doe.
No. Let's just call him Ragnekar because he was not really nice to me in college. And I was working on ARM in college, and it wasn't really part of our syllabus or something like that. And then I was very excitedly talking about it. And when I said, Tula ARM mahiti hai ka ARM? So I was gonna follow that up with some stuff. I'm like, yeah. Like, I lost it. Like, I lost my train of thought. And that's, I think, the biggest disappointment in my college life. Like, that loss of my thought process.
But you were in ENTC, right?
No, I was in computers. So, sure, it was a friend. He wasn't my friend.
He wasn't my friend after that.
Yeah, he wasn't. But yeah, Ragnekar, if you see this ever, bro, what? Like, hello.
Like, okay, let's be honest. We've made jokes
about arms.
About ARM. Like, you know, the whole Apple thing is going to cost an arm and a leg and stuff like that.
But
those were jokes. Those were puns. If you're in this field
and you don't know what's ARM, it's just bad. But I don't want to say in his defense it was 2011, but in his defense it was
2011.
But still, man, come on.
No.
Anyway, so the topic, like coming back to the topic instead of my unresolved
college
issues
memories,
from unresolved college issues.
Yeah.
ARM is ARM a few months ago had announced that they're working on a machine learning processor. So right now they don't have anything in that particular domain.
Yep.
And now since Nvidia is making so much money, ARM wants to get in on that.
Yes.
AMD is already there. Like they are now working in that particular area actively. They were always there, but now it feels like they're getting back on their cars. But yeah, ARM guys have put in a lot of stuff. Anand Tech has a very nice article about it, and I'm pretty sure in a year we will have chip manufacturers jumping all over this instead of putting in their
money and resources and time.
Yeah.
Yep, I completely see that happening.
I think we should just get Thoser here for one of the episodes and make him
talk about machine learning.
Yeah.
I don't know if everyone in the comment section is interested in that.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll take a poll towards the end of the show.
Yeah.
Yeah? Wasn't expecting that from PICT. Yeah, neither was I.
None
of us. Everyone's surprised.
No one was expecting.
Alright, so yes, we'll do a straw poll on that towards the end, but before all of that, we need Thosa's permission.
Hello, Thosa is always game, man.
Alright, so what I do find interesting here is that Nvidia has a complete foothold in the market regarding the matter.
Yeah.
Right now. Because I don't think anyone is willing to even consider anything else.
Yeah.
Like, if I'm on the buying end.
But big companies usually fail. Kodak was the king when it came to film.
Yeah.
And they completely missed the digital bus. Nokia was king when it came to feature phones.
Yes.
And they missed the smartphones bus.
Yeah.
And I mean, I hope that doesn't happen with Nvidia. I don't know if they'll ever get that big to miss something. But this really... I don't know if this is the start of that.
No, but no, I was moving towards a slightly different point, which is that Nvidia has a complete foothold.
Fair.
AMD has started their efforts in this domain quite a few months ago.
Fair.
But they haven't released a product yet. I mean, this stuff like this will take time. And now ARM is in the race as well.
Okay.
Now that there are three major players running towards the same goal, the advantage that's going to come out of this is faster innovation and lower prices.
I'm sorry, I kind of missed the last few sentences because David is killing it with his puns today. So he's like, now it's getting graphic. Hello.
I think
this is a family-friendly show.
Sure. This is a PG-13 show.
Just because we are talking about graphic cards does not mean things have to get graphic.
Yes. So, what I was saying is that, now that AMD is in the race and ARM's in the race and all three of them are racing towards the same common goal,
yeah,
what we're going to see is a healthy, more healthier discussions open up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably standards too.
Standards too, most importantly. What's also going to happen is that innovation is going to start happening at a faster pace.
Yeah.
Right, because everyone wants to compete with everyone else's technology.
Yeah.
Right, and because of all this, prices are going to start lowering. This technology is going to start becoming more affordable for OEMs.
Right.
This is Google's Compute, Amazon's web services, and who else is there?
Microsoft.
Sure. Yes.
But think about it. Right now, Google has their own compute thing.
Yes. TensorFlow
thing.
Yeah.
Nvidia has something.
Yes.
ARM is releasing something. AMD. Therefore,
Apple doesn't have anything of their own.
Yeah, Apple fired Imagination
Tech.
Yeah. Apple fucking fired Imagination Tech, and they're doing their stuff on their own from the last year.
Yes.
So that's 5.
Yeah.
Who else are we missing up? Risk, but I don't think Risk.
Are they?
No, Risk they don't really have anything right now, I think.
But are they working on anything?
I mean, anybody can pick up Risk and work on it, but I don't think Risk themselves are doing anything specific to GPU. But I could be wrong.
Okay.
But this is amazing. So there's 5 people, so five big players.
5 big players going on in this race. The most interesting outcome of this is going to be the drop in prices and the faster pace of innovation, which is just great for everyone. Because I've been reading articles about AI this and AI that and AI yada yada yada. And my brother and I were having a very interesting conversation the other day. And what we actually concluded was also pretty, it was that all the AI we've seen is all it's connected to some kind of a mainframe. It isn't independent yet.
I mean,
so it's
for example,
so it's
would you call the wake word engine in an Alexa AI?
Not really. So that's what I'm coming to. It's a codependent artificial intelligence. It is depending on something else for its intelligence.
Right.
If you remember the movie Interstellar, TARS and what was the other robot?
Case.
They were autonomous completely, to the point that they do not need to be, all of these are autonomous as well, but they do not need to be connected to a mainframe. But our biggest takeaway was that the day we can set the sarcasm level on our AI is the day we've made it.
Yeah.
Until then, it's just all.
Alright, so I'm working on GPU stuff. Moving on to the next topic,
which is super scary.
Apparently, Google was expecting a lot more revenue from AI stuff for drones.
Yep. So it kind of ties into the thing we were just discussing.
Also, this is the Black Mirror part.
Yes,
of
this is the
episode.
Black Mirror part of this episode.
Yeah,
We
the
have
Black
that
Mirror.
as a recurring theme. If you aren't aware, every episode we somehow end up in a situation discussing a thing which sounds like the script of a Black Mirror episode.
Yeah.
Or do you?
Yeah. So what really happened was, so to give some more context, employees in Google are already upset at Google because of their relation with Pentagon.
Yes.
And now it has been revealed that instead, like, so Diane Green, I think the person responsible for cloud at Google, she said that, we really want to work on AI that helps humanity, yada yada yada. And it turned out, like, with the leak of these internal emails, that what they were actually worried about were big contracts for machine intelligence and machine learning and artificial intelligence in the context of drones from the US military.
Yes, so militarized drones. Now, these aren't necessarily offensive drones. Some are defensive as well. Some are just reconnaissance drones and whatever else, other kinds of drones that are there that are used by the military. But they are militarized drones nonetheless.
And, like, given the last 8 years, I hate taking names on a live stream, but given the last presidency that happened in this big country in the Western Hemisphere, they shifted their focus from sending people to invade other countries to sending drones.
Yeah.
And if this is what the future is going to look like, it's going to get worse and worse and worse.
No, so
and it's going to be like more Call of Duty than World War II.
So actually, what Elon Musk has repeatedly warning us against, that AI and ML and all of these things will be the start of the Third World War. We're kind of approaching that.
Yeah.
Now, luckily, there are only 4 countries that are very big on this.
Which are?
Sweden, Russia, China, and the US. Sweden is almost always neutral. So they're out. You have Russia, China, and US.
Israel,
yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Now we all know that Israel will always side with Russia if a war breaks out. Okay. Or at least for now, given the current political situation. Okay. You still have a triangle that will happen. Because the previous 2 world wars, we've always had one side and the other side. This time, we may have 3. Which is going to be super weird and super complicated for our historians to write if and when it does happen.
I think history is written by the people who won, right? So
Yeah.
it'll probably be a simpler matter. But we have some interesting comments on the chat.
Alright, let's read the comments. Game of Phones?
Kotari.
That
is
is
such an amazing handle.
I'm so happy for you that you were able to snag that. Okay, sometimes I think that your channel should grow and have thousands of subscribers. Then I feel if you grow, you will get thousands of comments and you won't be able to reply to my every comment. Well, now that you said that, I'm going to remember your handle and I'm going to reply.
Game of Phones Kotari.
You cannot miss it. You cannot miss it in a chat. So let's go with your original intuition of us getting a lot of subscribers.
Yes. Rishabh is on board that idea.
Give it some time. I'm sure it'll happen. What? Wait, what will happen?
More
Third World War?
subscribers. No.
Sorry, what? More subscribers. Oh, okay.
Okay.
So are we.
Rishabh, what are we talking about? I hope we are talking about
Subscribers.
subscribers and not about another war.
Alright. So I just want to read a quote that is there by Dr. Fei-Fei Li. She's the chief scientist of machine learning and cloud computing and all of that stuff at Google. And I want to directly quote her, quote open, Google Cloud has been building our theme on democratizing AI in 2017. And Diane and I have been talking about humanistic AI for enterprise. I'd be super careful to protect these very positive images.
Hello.
So, Dr. Fei-Fei Li, I do appreciate what you're trying to do. It is really, really cool stuff. Unfortunately, your colleagues
I mean, they are going to
I think we discussed this on the last stream, episode 4. That the head of Google doesn't know what the hands are doing and all of that.
And even if they have to do that. Otherwise, Amazon is going to snag that.
All right.
And they are going to grow because of that particular project, and Google is going to get left behind. Because it's always been the case that innovations happen first in the armed forces and the defense sector, and they come
percolate to
the consumers, right?
Yeah.
So they all want a piece of that action as much as they can. I'm pretty sure they get a lot.
Because it's not a lot of money.
Yeah, it's probably not a lot of money.
It's it's a single figure $1 million project.
Yeah,
single figure $1 million project.
But yeah, and their predictions were higher.
Yeah, but what they eventually settled on is a single figure $1 million project. So. Not a lot of money in there, but I do think you're right. I am inclined to agree with you on that.
Yeah.
But I just wish that ethics prevailed and everyone like, nope, not touching that. That would
if Google employees have a say, I think that will happen. But I don't think Google employees are going to get a say.
I'm pretty sure the whole thing is just going to be swept under the rug inside Google.
Yeah, it's a marketing thing.
Yeah. All right. Game of Phones, Mr. Kothari has a question. Do you both own an iPad? Do you still like it? I've owned the iPad Pro. This is the second year. I love it.
I got mine 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. And what about you? Do you like it? Love it?
So far, so good. Yeah. Because now I'm working all of this doing on my laptop. I don't really like it.
Yeah.
Because it feels big, and most of the stuff that I'm doing when I'm home is browsing, Netflix, that kind of things, and I don't want to carry my laptop for that.
Alright, so this way you can store your laptop at work.
Yeah.
Alright, that makes sense. Yeah. For me, I don't own a laptop.
Yeah, so laptop is a purely programming thing for me now.
Now, right?
At least when I'm home.
Okay. For me, I don't own a laptop. I haven't owned a laptop in the last 5 years. Been purely iPad. I have been able to get most of my work done at home, at work, in the field on my iPad. The only time I felt like, oh my god, I would have killed for a laptop right now is when I'm shooting stuff outdoors and I need a laptop to transfer media from the cards to a external drive.
SD card reader.
So yeah, that would be great. I am aware of some products that you can just put your SD card in and all the data that is on the SD card gets transferred into the drive. It's a 40-bit drive. That's cool and all, but there's nothing that can connect a external card reader, so I can use the same thing with my CFast card that this camera uses.
This is getting way too technical.
I know, way too technical. Sorry about that, but that is.
I get comments I want to answer. Toaster, I have the same setup as Chinmay right now, where I'm using my iPad for video content and convenience, and my MacBook for everything else.
Yeah, and also so since both of you all own MacBooks, does the iPad last longer on a single charge than the MacBook?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, right. Intel versus Apple, right?
Oh yeah, okay, yes, I know where that's heading. Yeah. All right, Rishabh asks, I'm on. Okay, he actually says he's on his iPad right now. Yeah. Cheers.
So are we.
Yeah, so are we.
That makes 3 of us.
4 of
Probably
us. Toaster is all too. Toaster is as well, right?
No, we can't be sure of.
We can't be sure.
He hasn't said. So
yeah. And last question we are going to be taking right now. We'll take all the questions later. Am I a full-time YouTuber?
More like 30% time.
30% of the times. Yeah. So
I'm like 5% of the time. I'm not even 5. I'm like 3.5% of my time.
Alright. So no, I am not a full-time YouTuber at the moment. However, I do plan and hope that I can become one. So going back to your first statement, I really hope that whatever you've said does come true. And yeah, so that's all for the questions right now. Yes, knock on wood. Let's quickly interject because we are halfway through the topics, and I quickly want to discuss the schedule that we almost brought up in the last episode. Yeah. So let's update everyone on that. I'm going to open the calendar, and we've actually got it sorted this time. We actually know.
Yeah, let's just go through it quickly, I think.
Yeah, very quickly. You guys may want to grab a paper and pencil, or just open the calendar app on your respective devices and mark it in there, because today, Friday the 1st, in the month of June 2018, and our shows are still on. Next week is WWDC, so next week's show is going to be purely focused on all the new stuff Apple is going to launch on Monday, and we get a whole week to prep for that show. There are going to be a few sessions on Friday which are mostly very technical that we are going to be missing out on, but that's completely okay. If there is something interesting in there, we can take it in the next show. But as of now, that is the plan for next week's show. It's going to be iOS, macOS, tvOS, watchOS, and
hopefully an SE2.
And SE2. No iPhones.
Please.
No iPhone. iPhones won't come now. iPhones will come in September.
Maybe they make an exception. Who does the FCC announcement? Because the FCC thing is an announcement itself.
Kind of.
Who does that in May? Apple is not that stupid.
I am doubtful that this is going to happen.
Fingers crossed. Let's take a poll or something where
we'll take a straw poll. Alright, can you work on the straw poll then in the meantime?
I can't do stuff.
Send me the link and I'll just paste it.
What's a straw poll?
Look it up. You'll figure it out.
Okay.
You'll figure it out. Alright, so I'm going to quickly tell you the schedule while he does that. So the 8th of Friday the 8th of June, which is the next Friday, is going to be the WWDC special, and after that we continue all the way into August. So June, July, August, full month of shows up to August second week, which is the 10th of August, and that will be the last show of this season. And then there'll be a special episode sometime in August. I think you all know why that special episode is there. If you don't, just be ready to be surprised. And that is going to be a one-off thing we do every year. And then we meet you guys back in November. I know, that's a big break. But what that is going to allow us to do is cover Computex right now, and then once we are back in November, we get a few episodes to warm up again while we head into January. Wish all of you all a happy new year. We go into Jan and then cover CES and NAB and stuff like that until we come back to March or April. March, I think. March, which is when we take a short season break, and then we resume again for the season until mid-August. Alright, so that's cleared up. So do you have the straw poll?
Yeah.
Alright, share me the link.
Oh. Okay.
Yep. Alright. Hey Sid Talk, what up? So Sid Talk is a fellow YouTuber.
Hello.
Not on iPad, ironically, no battery.
Yeah. Sir, you just
what messages bro, messages. Oh god, it's going to make me open Tweetbot now, which is a great app. Right? Have you sent it? Yeah, he sent it. Straw poll coming your way in 3, 2, 1, and bam, go vote on the straw poll. Everyone, whoever's in chat, go vote on the straw poll. I need to know. We need to know.
Moving on.
India wants to know.
The nation wants
to know.
Moving on to the next
Or
topic.
like everyone wants to know.
So there's this app on the Amazon App Store which blocked ads. And Amazon threw them out because they are like, you are interfering with other people's app.
Yes.
And that is not allowed as per our app developer policy.
Yeah.
And I think
Apple and Google have also done this, which is why Amazon felt, oh, we should also do this.
Yeah. That sucks because it's interfering with a user's...
Wait, what? Hi Anuj, regards from Germany. And that's not David.
Hello. Okay. Pork. Hi Anuj, regard from Germany. Do I know pork? Pork is such a...
I know, right?
Yeah, the pursuit of happiness. God. Hi pork.
everyone, if you're wondering if we know who Mr. David in the chat is, we don't.
Yeah. So David is not a close friend of ours
at all.
Yeah, we don't.
We have nothing to do with him.
We have nothing to do with him.
All right, coming back to the topic and his puns. Nothing.
So coming back to the topic, so this sucks because it's essentially saying that so if I can install an ad blocker in my browser, I should be able to install an ad blocker on my phone.
Yeah,
is what I think.
Yes,
because tomorrow it's like saying that Chrome is not going to allow an ad blocker because it interferes with other websites.
Yeah, it is a pretty shit move. There's a very, I want to quote the author of the article. He says, don't give up. They need to realize that it's your device, your personal data, and it is what you should be in control of. And I am in complete agreement with him. This is, I don't see an author name here. Oh no, there it is. And Andrei Meshkov. I hope I got your name right, Andre. I don't think you're watching this, but if you do ever stumble upon it, apologies if I didn't get your name right, but that is pretty well said. All right, moving on to the next topic. You want to take this one?
What's the next one?
The number 7?
Yes. So I don't know much. Okay, which one is number 7?
The number 7.
No, okay. This is such a stupid question. Which was in number 7?
Yeah.
The one between 5 and 8.
6 and 8.
6 and 8. I'm so sorry. I should just go home at this point. Anyway, so there's this startup called...
You need a beer, don't you?
Yeah, I need a beer. So there's this startup, SenseTime, which raised a whopping $620 million.
They do a lot of stuff in AI, by the way.
Yeah, I haven't heard of them. Is it all... do they have a product?
So this kind of brings me to Silicon Valley, where, you have the new internet.
Yeah, and what's interesting about this company is their biggest customer is the Chinese government, by the looks of it.
Yeah, and it's not a kind of a... it's not... There is no Western counterpart for this company.
Exactly, and that is such a major thing because the minute we say
anything is made in China, or a Chinese tech company.
Yeah, if we say Alibaba, then we say it's Amazon. If we say WeChat, then we say it's WhatsApp. Right? If we say Didi, we say but Uber was first. Yeah. Right? But what's the equivalent of SenseTime?
There is none. For phones and stuff. Xiaomi's Western counterpart is Apple, and the Mi 8 looks wicked sick. Can't wait to get my hands on that phone. They've absolutely perfectly copied the notch of the iPhone 10 to the T. Literally.
I remember that Samsung and Apple had a huge case going where Apple said that you basically copied our entire design and like it was a huge lawsuit.
It fell flat. It's over now.
Is it?
Yeah.
Did Apple win? No.
Yeah.
They won?
Yeah.
So Xiaomi didn't learn anything from that?
But Xiaomi doesn't have to.
Because China?
Because China.
Okay. Because China should be a phrase. Like
China.
Hashtag
because China.
Yeah, we're going to start that trend on Twitter after this.
Yeah.
But yeah, like this SenseTime, this company which has 620 million.
I'm not going to call you Mr. Pork. The topic link is just above your comment. Go check it out. We are talking about China's a Chinese company called SenseTime, which gets $620 million in funding. And yeah, let's recap the whole thing for everyone. Now there is no Western counterpart for this company, and that is a good thing for them. They have their biggest customer is apparently the Chinese government, and now the company is valued at
so on and so forth.
Damn. So if they are still getting funding and huge chunks, like exponentially bigger chunks, whatever their product is, it is most definitely working.
It's crazy. They have 700 customers, some of which are Honda, China merchants back, Huawei, Oppo. I don't know what is happening here. This company is huge. It's a big deal, and we haven't heard
about it. This is the first time I'm hearing about it.
sense time is something that we should keep an eye out on.
Absolutely, all of us, because it is either super duper cool,
Yep.
or it's just going to eat all of us up.
Moving on
to eating things up. Who wants to take this one?
Oh, this is contextual to India.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Everyone who voted in the straw poll.
Yeah. By the way, the result of the straw poll is in. Nikhil is buying us all beers.
No. Wait, what? Nobody said that.
Yeah, because
nobody said
everyone is of the opinion that SE2 is out at WWDC.
You still owe me a beer from the 3rd episode.
I do?
Yeah.
It's just going to get cancelled out in one of these things.
No.
Beer is a currency.
Yeah, beer is a currency in this household.
Yeah.
Alright. So, actually, we should totally move on to the next one because it's almost an hour since we started.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Alright, so the next topic. The Kembo messaging app. The so-called Swadeshi app.
Hello.
The link I've posted is actually of Jayadevan and a screenshot of him posting all the permissions the app requires, which is
everything.
Utterly stupid. You might as well just, go and sell your body to them.
Yeah.
Get it?
Yeah. But so there's a spiritual leader who teaches everyone yoga and sells noodles in India, among other things. He also sells shampoo. So there's this guy who does that, wears orange. So also interesting.
It's called Bhagwa.
And now he wants to know who all you're sending nudes to. Essentially, this is so guy sells shampoo, wants to know who you send nudes to. That's how I would summarize this.
No, see, the thing got a little worse after this because apparently people found out that the Kimbo app, it was actually another app made by a company somewhere in California. They just repurposed the app, rebranded the app, and put it back up on the Play Store. Then there were multiple issues with the OTPs where they were sequential for every account. So the first attempt was 0001 and 0002, 0003 and so on. The app was still connecting to the old domain, which is the original app's domain. There were a lot of telemetry issues. Then Mr. F Society jumped in and he ripped it out. He ripped it out. Okay, I know. I'm not saying ripped it apart. He ripped it out.
Anyways, they pulled off the app, so I guess we'll be talking about this soon again. But because they are going to launch it again,
they better launch it again.
Yeah.
I want some stand-up comedy material.
Yeah.
For free.
Yeah. So
nothing better than this.
Indian spiritual leader wants to be like WhatsApp.
The funniest thing was they're like once they pulled it off the Play Store, they were like, oh, it was just a trial run and the app will be back soon. We couldn't scale our servers fast enough.
Have you heard of beta programs?
They freaking gave press releases about the app.
Yeah.
You don't give press releases until you're ready. Yeah. Amateur hour. All over the place. Alright, next topic.
The next topic is Intel is
launches Optane-based memory. Yes. So, Bro, noodles and toothpaste are invaluable from Patanjali, especially in California. What?
I haven't been to California after Patanjali.
I'm not getting the context. I have no idea what you're talking about. Anyways, we'll continue with the topic.
I think what he's talking about is the number of people, Indians in California, and probably Patanjali having a store there. Something along those lines, I think.
Okay, possibly. Yeah. So Intel has launched Optane DC persistent storage, RAM storage. What this essentially is, quick recap on what Intel Optane is. Intel Optane is basically a tiny M.2 drive that sits in your computer and it's going to cache all the files that you frequently use from your hard drive.
Right.
Now it only used to cache the boot drive.
Okay.
Intel recently released a firmware upgrade where it can cache any drive.
Interesting.
So now if you have one of the really big Optane drives, you can actually start caching your games and everything. Linus from Linus Tech Tips has a great video on this already, or it's going to be coming out on YouTube soon. It's already up on Floatplane if you want to go check it out on Floatplane if you're subscribed. Now that Optane memory is here, what this is basically going to do is sit between the CPU's DRAM and the RAM. So anything that is frequently used from the RAM gets cached in the DRAM.
George has a question for you.
Alright, George has a question for me. Wasn't Optane a mix of SSD and HDD? Now it's a RAM and C. No, George, Optane was never a mix of SSD and HDD. I believe you're talking about the hybrid drives. Optane was never that. Optane was purely a M.2 thing that you put on your motherboard, and it used to cache all the stuff from your hard drive which was frequently used by you.
I am not sure about this at all, so I'm just going to shut up.
Alright, so now that we have RAM, so the RAM basically sits between your CPU's DRAM and your RAM, actual RAM. Okay, because it's as a RAM stick, there's a lot more bandwidth available to it.
Right.
In gigabytes. Okay, we are talking upwards of 100 here. And because now that the path between the DRAM,
how power efficient is this? Not very.
As power efficient as your RAM.
Okay.
So the path between your DRAM and this now is shortened. Because everything that is frequently used from the RAM can get cached on this.
Right.
And since this is wicked fast, it goes to the DRAM faster and therefore to the CPU faster.
It's just complicating things by adding so many different memories and caches in the way.
Yes. Not just complicating it, we're complicating it by a lot. So this is not for your everyday consumer.
Okay, so just think about Meltdown Inspector.
Yeah.
And how, because we had so many things, so it was a cache thing. Right?
Yeah.
So if we're going to add so many memories in the way, I'm pretty sure there are going to be a lot more caches and stuff. Are we just exposing ourselves to more and more attack vectors?
No, so what I do believe is that this will only work with ECC memory.
Last year.
Error correcting memory, mostly used in workstations and servers and stuff. So this is only going to be used with that. This won't work on your consumer computers and workstations.
Yeah, but then me losing my data and Google losing their data, it's practically the same thing, right?
No, but again, this is only going to be, this is RAM.
Okay.
Right. This cannot be treated as a dedicated storage device.
Fair.
But I do see your point.
Yeah, I mean, the more complicated a system is, the more easy it is to kind of find an attack vector that works.
I'm sorry about the slow mode. I have been trying to find out how to disable it. I have no idea how to disable it. The last episode, Dhananjay was also on the stream and he asked me to disable slow mode. I have no idea.
Chinmay has found a use case for this.
Things like large neural networks have a lot of disk I/O sometimes, so this could be well worth it for things like DGX3. Well, this is not for disk I/O. Intel Optane is for disk I/O. This is for RAM I/O. So any workload where you have a lot of things going in and out of the RAM very quickly and frequently, but some stuff gets used a lot, so it's constantly sitting in RAM. So I believe this is very, very useful for people who work on games and VFX and animated movies, where you need a lot of the textures sitting in the RAM. Right. These can be offloaded to the Optane DC memory, and that is where it gets quickly used from.
I never got PC hardware. I'm so sorry.
This BAMF works on tiny little things.
Yeah, but like this is different, right? So much different, I think.
Okay, so he gets the small things, I get the big things.
Not at all is my brother. Yes. moving on to the next topic.
Alright, it's not really a topic.
It's
as
just
much
a
as
cute observation.
It's a very cute
it's a tweet.
joke.
It's a tweet.
It's a tweet by Peter Steinberger. He's a iOS engineer. He just realized that it is very cute when you own both fast.com and slow.com.
I'm pretty sure that cost a bomb.
They cost a bomb, I'm pretty sure of that too, but it is really, really fascinating.
Yeah.
So go check it out, guys. I'm just going to post both in the link and just check what happens when... Oh, sorry, that was the wrong link. My bad. How do... remove. Yeah, alright, gone. Okay, so copy and paste. So just check what happens when you go to slow.com.
Yeah, it redirects to fast.com.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
The small joys in life.
I
The
see.
little happy things. Alright, Reddit just passed Facebook as the third most popular website in the US, which is
interesting.
huge. Which is massive.
Yeah, but you know what I think is Facebook realized this a few years ago, and that's why it has diversified their interests in WhatsApp and Instagram. I'm pretty sure if there's a new popular social network that comes up, they'll buy them before they get to 500 million or 100 million users. And that's how they're going to work, because they realize that Facebook is going to be OAuth for all of their other things, right? At the end of the day. So, yeah, I mean...
oh, wow. I never realized YouTube was the second top most website.
Yeah.
I always expected it to be like, you know...
yeah,
ninth,
and that's
or
why
something?
that's why the second link, right? I don't know if you shared the second link too.
No, I did not.
Or copy them, fair. So this is a dab at Snapchat. So Yashodhan is saying that either they buy someone or they just copy their features, which is Instagram.
Snap!
Oh snap! But yeah, so yeah, I mean that's their model now.
Yeah.
But yeah, the second link is about how American teens are preferring YouTube to Facebook.
I'm so happy they are.
And the first link was about how Reddit is a more popular site than Facebook.
Yeah, and a lot of YouTube videos do get shared on Reddit. Please be so kind enough to share this video on Reddit. See what I did there? Alright. But yes, overall, I do see that, video as a communication platform going up and up and up. And Facebook is still stuck in 2008, where it's all text.
Yeah. Imgur launched a video feature this week. I don't know why that didn't make
Who did?
Imgur. Imgur.
Oh, okay.
How do you want to spell it?
Okay, Imager. Yeah.
So Imager launched a video thing this week.
Oh, they did?
I'm so sorry, I forgot to add that to the...
Why don't we have it? Alright, let's quickly talk about it.
So yeah, so Imager started as a photo hosting thing for Reddit because Reddit lacked that feature.
Yeah.
Then it became kind of a Reddit competitor because it had its own comments and it had its own culture.
Yeah.
And it, in Reddit subreddit there were topics or something like that.
Yeah.
And now they've added video, and I think Reddit has done that too. So it's like Imager started as a support service for Reddit, and now it's a full-blown competitor.
Yeah.
Redditors and Imagers, I don't know how to call them, Imgurs or whatever. Imagers, no, people who are...
Imagers?
Imgur user.
No, Imagerians.
They hate each other because whatever. But yeah, so video is getting pretty hot right now because Reddit is getting more and more popular. Reddit has video. Imgur is getting
You have
popular.
YouTube, Floatplane, Dailymotion,
Floatplane
Vimeo.
is very niche though. Like I don't know if we should even mention that here. Does honestly, does 9gag have video?
No, they have GIFs.
9gag.
I haven't. Holy shit! I haven't opened 9gag in a year. I haven't opened 9gag since I've moved to this house. I think I've matured as a human being
after moving to this house.
Yeah,
but yeah, so video
that's
is
a lot
getting
of crap, guys. Don't believe it.
Like video is getting a lot of attention, and Facebook is getting hit.
Facebook is getting hit from all sides.
Yeah.
But they're just trying to cope up, and they aren't able to match the speed. That's what's happening.
But they've got Instagram, so they've got that working for them. And water.
And WhatsApp. Alright, I think let's wrap up with that.
Yes. 9gag has video.
Has video?
Yeah.
Okay, so they do have video. See, I haven't opened it in a year and a half. I have no idea what's happening.
So yeah, everyone has video now.
Mm-hmm.
All the big ones have video.
Alright, cool. Let's move on to the last segment of the show.
What are we watching?
What are you watching?
So Westworld is something that's still going on.
Yep.
I'm very happy that Amazon picked up The Expanse,
Okay.
which was
Thank God.
yeah. So Sci-Fi left it for dead, and then everyone was worried. And then Jeff Bezos announced somewhere that they're going to pick up Expanse, which is amazing. Other than that, what's happening in my TV life? There's nothing much, I think. Defiant Ones.
Did you finally watch it?
I finally
was
watched
it legit?
It was amazing.
Yeah?
Yeah, Defiant Ones is really nice.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and it was like I got to know the history of a particular part of the music industry pretty well after watching
And now one of the biggest parts of it.
Yeah, one of the biggest part.
Now it's one of the biggest parts of the music industry. Modern music industry. That is where it's all at.
Yeah.
Damn. Alright, so my friend Purva, shout out to Purva on this stream. She recommended me this particular show. It's called Explained. It's on Netflix.
Yeah, I think they're going to have weekly episodes or something like that.
Yes, and I have dug deep into that show. It is good. It is very, very good. Alright, so go look it up. And another show I've been watching is called The Middle. It's a very niche show. Yeah, The Middle.
Okay.
It has a very niche audience. It's a very chill show about a family, 2 parents and 3 kids living somewhere in the middle. It's on Amazon. It's on Amazon Prime, and it's a very chill show. Like you want to just, I don't know, grab a cupcake and just chill back in your bed and watch this show. It's that kind of a show. It's not a show where you laugh your ass off or where it's dead serious.
Right.
There's no slapstick humor either. It's a very average family and their life over 9 seasons. Doing average things and finding humor and life lessons and all of that. But all the characters have their own unique quirks which are absolutely hilarious, and you can even sometimes relate to them.
The Middle is on what?
Amazon Prime.
Okay.
So it's a very kick-ass show. Do watch it. I recommend all of you all watch it. The finale was just beautiful. It was like, you did know that in the finale everything's gonna just, everyone's gonna have a happy ending.
It's that kind of show. I like Westworld kind of stuff where you don't know what's happening at the last episode. It's like everything goes to...
Yeah, there you go. Alright, so you do know that everyone's gonna... But the way it was done and the last scene, it's actually the first scene of the first episode from the first season. So it's really, really cool.
I am going to check out The Middle.
Yep, definitely worth watching. I've only seen Middle because it used to be on Star World, or was it Comedy Central? I would say Comedy Central. I don't think it would come on Star World. But George, feel free to let us know what you thought about it. Currently watching Roland Garros and the grass season.
Yes.
What is that?
Roland Garros. French Open.
Oh.
Tennis.
Oh. Wow.
And then now it will be Wimbledon soon.
I have been out of touch of tennis for the last 8 years. I just don't want to do anything with that sport because I love it so much. And if I watch it, I know I would want to play it, but I can't. So
Tosar plays it, as far as I know.
Yeah, Tosar play. We used to play.
Huh?
Yeah.
FC. Yeah.
We've played a few games together.
I have never held a tennis racket as far as I know.
Okay, I think mine's up there, right there.
Yeah, I can. Okay.
It's right up there in a bag. Yeah. Alright guys, that's it for this show. It's 10:44 PM in India. Time to call it a day. It's been wonderful. You guys have been lovely in the chat.
Today's chat was especially good.
We still don't know who Mr. David is. Wherever
and
you
will
are,
refuse to acknowledge the existence of Mr. David.
Wherever you are, sir, I hope you have a lovely evening. And for the rest of you all, have a great weekend. Make it a fun one, especially if you're in Pune, because the weather is
amazing.
Have a great night.
Bye bye. Good night.
This is how I have to stop the stream.